artist, and I wanted to show off some of my pieces that I've made. Kind of like a sketchbook tour, but more of just showing off what I've made so far. And I want to make this channel to serve as like Linocut with me and come up with new ideas and stuff like that. Maybe some character design videos as well. But I think as a good introduction, I can show off what I've already made. I think it might be fun to also share some tips and tricks, as well as kind of promote myself a little bit. Just get myself out there more. I am going to show a mix of my smaller stamps and some of my bigger ones. If you like any of my stuff, I do have an Etsy shop, which I'm slowly putting stuff on. So I'll put it in the description below. I believe the name is The Short L on Etsy. And yeah, if you like any of my stuff, just let me know. I plan on making tons more, so this is just kind of like me showing off a little bit. And yeah. Alright, I think if anything, I want to start with the very first Linocut that I did with Battleship Gray, which is this Sphinx. And I was just getting used to it. I do use currently a speedball gouge, which has interchangeable gouges, and I am in the process of getting some feel tools. I will probably do a review of those because I think that would be really fun, even as just a little short video. I used to make a lot of Littlest Pet Shop content, and so making art videos is really new to me, but I'm really excited. I've always wanted to do it, and I just haven't really figured out how I want to do it, so I think this is a good start. Anyways, back to the cut. This is a Sphinx, and yeah, I don't know what this little square is all about, but there's a little square in the corner, a rectangle. As you can see, I was kind of leaving it more messy, which is a little bit different from what I do now. I do tend to gravitate towards more clean designs nowadays, but I overall think it's really good for a first try. I was using speedball. I do use speedball inks. This one's for fabric. But yeah, so that's the first one. So here's my second cut that I had made. I made this as a present for my dad for his birthday, and it was supposed to be a bookmark, which he still uses. I personally don't really like this cut very much, and I do want to do some new bookmarks, so I think I will come up with some ideas for those soon. But I don't know, I think it's just very thick for a bookmark, but overall, I mean, I do like the symmetry of it, and I like the borders, I suppose, but I think it was, I think I could do better for sure, but I think for a first attempt, it's really nice. And actually, I did find the ink pad that I used. I ended up buying a really big one on Etsy that I can just use for all those smaller ones. But if I end up making some bigger quick carve ones, I can just use this, and it has plenty of space. So yeah, I really like this thing. It has a little lock, but I try not to lock it because it's kind of hard to open. But yeah, so there's that. I think in between that, I'm going to show off some of my smaller pieces. So some of these I put on blocks. This one is a little wolf that I did as just like a fun little exercise. And for this, I actually used the like speedball quick cut, or I think it's called speedy cut, but it's like a rubber consistency. So I actually did start on erasers, but I couldn't find any of them, but I used to carve these little white pearl erasers, and that was my introduction. And then I moved to the speedy cut, or this rubber consistency, which is very similar to the erasers. And I think if you're just starting out, starting with this is perfect. You don't need to jump like right into the Battleship Gray if you don't want to. It is a completely different material and feel. Carving with this is a lot more, I would say for me, there's a lot less control because it is so like bouncy. So like it's good for like these quick little stamps and stuff, and anything that's not like super over the top intricate. Here was another one that I did. I wanted to do like a kind of tile type thing. A lot of these I haven't, like some of these I use as like random stamps and fun stuff, but then some of these I haven't actually printed with yet, so this is one of those. But I think I wanted to do like a little tile like thing. Here was one that I was trying to do like a self-portrait, and I think it's okay. I was trying to get more detail going, and as you can see, the rubber material is just not as like forgiving when it gets to really small, intricate details. I think it didn't turn out bad, like it looks fine, but personally I'm not a huge fan of it, and it could just be the style that I have with it. And these ones I can actually do some test prints if you'd like to show off. That makes me sound like I'm like being narcissistic or something. I promise it's not like in a like, look how cool I am. It's just more of like I wanted to just share. That's a better way to say it. I wanted to share. So here was like one that I kind of paired with the wolf, and it's just a little bunny smoking, and I like that one a lot too. When it comes to these ones, I actually use ink pads instead of rolling out ink. And I just use whatever ink pads I have available to me. I don't know if I have any right now next to me. I don't see any. But just like for scrapbooking or like any stamp really, you can use those ink pads with these rubber stamps, which is honestly a game changer because it's like it makes the process so much easier. So these are good for packaging. For my wolf one, I actually made some earrings, which I sell on my Etsy shop, and I made some earrings with them. So they're really versatile. Maybe I'll show off my earrings too if anyone wants, but yeah, they're, like I said, they're really versatile, so they're really good for quick stuff. Whereas the Battleship Gray, I would say, is for more intricate pieces for sure. This is another one that I actually used for a pair of earrings, because I wanted some false themed earrings, so I did a little pumpkin. This is a pickle, but it kind of looks like a giant turd to me, and that's why I kind of refrain from using it on anything, but I still kept it. It's supposed to be like a pickle or like a cucumber, but the more I like printed it, the more I was like, wow, that just looks like a turd. But yeah, so that's a fun one. I have another block. I think this is the last of the small ones for now. And this was I think this was one of the first ones that I did with the Speedy Carve. And it's supposed to be like Leica. So it's a little dog in an astronaut helmet. And as you can see, it's a lot more covered in ink because of the messier look. But yeah, so those are all my smaller cuts. So this design is a fish that I created for my grandpa years and years and years ago. And I really like this one. I was trying to keep it very simplistic and won't like very thorough, so I tried to keep the same line thickness throughout. I really am trying to learn how to do multicolored Linocuts and prints, and I have one in progress that I have not printed yet, but I will probably do today, and just do on paper. But if anything, I really want to get this one with multiple colors just for the fish body and the eyes, because I did a print with this cut, and I think on a t-shirt it needs those other colors for sure. But I'm still in the process of learning that, so hopefully we can learn it together. I'm gonna show a print that I never really finished, or not a print, sorry, a carving that I never really finished and that I haven't printed on yet. So this is a little imp, demon, goblin guy, maybe a gargoyle. I think I was trying to say that it was a gargoyle. I never went through and finished the carving the exterior, or at least cutting it out. When I carve, you'll see with my more recent ones, typically what I do is I do plan on making some process videos as well, like Linocut with me and stuff like that, so that you have something to listen to while drawing or doing something yourself. I always love those types of videos, and I think it would be fun. But I use a Sharpie to go over everywhere that I didn't cut, basically, to like keep track of the lines. And a recent shirt that I made for my boyfriend kind of proved that I have to be really careful about that, or maybe it was just a printing error. But yeah, for this one I didn't color in the rest because usually with these big blocks I'll usually know where to like print on, but or where not to carve. But yeah, typically I cut out the linos designs before I print on with them, and this one I haven't gotten to do that yet. I think it's a cool design. I think it could be a good design for maybe like a t-shirt with like a pocket or something. That would be kind of fun. But yeah. So now we're gonna get into the more intricate designs, and this is something that I sell on Etsy. This is a letterhead that is inspired by Art Nouveau and some dandelions. I am trying to hammer down a distinct look for people. I often take inspiration from like art history and different like eras through art. My favorite is actually Art Deco, but I don't really see myself doing, well, maybe you know what, never say never, maybe I'll get around to doing an Art Deco inspired print, but this one is Art Nouveau. I do want to do more in this style because I think I can do it better. I think this is fantastic and I'm really proud of myself. But I think honestly I still have a lot more to learn, and I think it would be fun to play around with more. That's my favorite thing about art, is just like experimenting and finding out what you like and how you like to do things. Yeah, I think like overall this one turned out really good, and I'm proud of it. I do have an example of the print. So I print these on some thick resume paper, and while this is a test print, so it's not perfect, I do sell them in a few sheets And you can find that on my Etsy if you're interested. I will probably next time trim this up as well so that it's not as uh, like off the grid, but I like using this for letters. And yeah, or even, you know, any type of document that you really want to share. But yeah. All right, so we're getting into the most recent stuff. Actually, I'm gonna start with this birthday present that I created for my boyfriend 2 years ago, so not as recent, but it is one of my favorite prints, and I think I might sell t-shirts of it. So if you like it, just check out my Etsy shop again. But also just let me know what you think, because I love the way that it turned out. And yeah, so this is a print that I created for him. We play a lot of board games, so obviously the text is backwards. I'll show an example of the shirt in a moment, but it's a dragon and a little imp reading the rules. So the t-shirt says, "I'm the rules guy, somebody's got to read that shit." And it's very medieval inspired, but also still has my style. This was kind of the tipping point of like what made me realize that I freaking love doing Linocuts, and how this is kind of like the art form for me, and kind of made me realize like I don't feel this much love. I mean, like, I have every art supply and hobby that I could possibly imagine. I've been privileged enough to like get so many art supplies from my family throughout the years. But I think, yeah, this was really the moment where I realized like I love this. I want to get skilled at this. I want to like do this for my entire life. Like, this is just amazing. And so yeah, I really love the intricacies of this one. I mean, just like feeling it is like the coolest feeling ever because of all these lines. Um, I am still trying to make things like this again, and it's hard because I think there's just something about this piece that just like always draws me back to it. I think like every artist kind of has that piece that it's like, man, I am so proud of this. And I think that's the best part about art, is like learning to be proud of yourself and accepting that like you can do this, you can do a good job. And like when I look at this, like, you know, there's some inconsistencies, there's some, you know, mistakes, but in the end, like, I think this is a very beautiful piece. It feels like such a weird thing. Like, I was thinking about it and I'm like, man, I probably sound like such a narcissist, like being like, here's my stuff, go buy it, and you know, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself and blah blah blah. But like, I think this is something that the art community needs more of people being proud of themselves openly and honestly. And I think, you know, as an artist, everyone struggles with being their worst critic. And I think that's totally valid, because for a long, long time in my life, like, I was always my worst critic too. And I always was looking to other people and comparing myself to other people, and like, you know, why isn't my art good enough? Why isn't, you know, I don't like this, blah, blah, blah. I think what really changed for me was finding the medium that I feel I excel in, and it kind of just like hit me with a switch of like, my art's not perfect. I'm human, and so it'll never be perfect, but I love my own art, and I'm proud of myself because I have this skill that, you know, some people don't have, and you know, some people have better skills than me. And but either way, it's mine, and it's my style. It's my I created this stuff, and I should be proud of that. I should be happy with what I create. So I think like over time I've started to learn to kind of push for that positivity of just like, I love creating and I love being able to create and I love what I create. So I think everyone should be more open and honest to that vulnerability of like being proud of themselves. And I don't think it makes you narcissistic or anything to be proud of yourself. I think if anything, I wish we could see more of that. This piece was a little bit more of an emotional piece. I like to use art as an outlet, especially in crazy times such as these. So I was using it as a way to like, I really wanted to kind of go home and curl up on my mom's lap. So I think like the uncertainty of everything just kind of, made me feel like I need to do this. And I really like this piece because of the intricacies. There's a ton of mistakes in this one, but like I still really like this piece. I wish I had a printed version to show you guys, because it is a little hard to see right now. But I think I will probably have a printed version for you on some tote bags or some shirts, either in my Etsy shop, and I'll probably share some in my next video, just like not as a way to be like, oh, look at my stuff, but more of just like, here's a continuation, like I did go print this and I wanted to show you. But I think the next video, I think I want to do a character design video for some Linocuts that I have in mind, or just a concept and carve video. I think that would be a great idea. I have a really huge press and it's a whole process to use. I love and hate my my printing press, because it's got this huge clunky handle and I have to like pull it open, and it's just really unstable because I am technically supposed to drill it into my desk, but I don't have the desk for that. So I'm planning on getting like a mini table, like thrifting one, so that I can drill it into that and make it more of a stable workspace. But for now, this is what I have. So we will see if I ever get any footage, maybe some shorts of like the actual like printing process. But I think for now, doing some like concept and carve videos would be fun and would be something that I could totally do. Alright, so last but not least, we have this print this is my most recent print, excluding one more actually, but this is my newest print that I created for my boyfriend again for a t-shirt, but I think I'm going to sell these ones for sure. It's a little wizard and I love this one. I'm really proud of it. I think it turned out fantastic and it's so bold, and it kind of was a way for me to experiment with faces and kind of getting down a style when it comes to like human figures, but also using my style that I usually use for drawing and stuff. So, and I really wanted to experiment with texture. So this beard I actually did like without drawing it beforehand, and I think it turned out pretty okay. I think it turned out great. What am I talking about? I'm just really proud of the way that it turned out, and it was so fun. I think that's the part that I love more about this hobby, is it is the most fun, relaxing hobby that I've had ever. Like, I love drawing and I love painting, but something about this is just so cathartic. And honestly, I wouldn't blame myself if I started carving more stuff and getting into that type of stuff, because I love the reduction process. I love being able to control, the carving and making stuff come to life through reduction. I think is just so fun. And yeah, so this is one of my newest pieces. It's still kind of wet. But yeah, I really love this piece. I'm really proud of it, especially in the face. Like, I think this portion of the cut is probably my favorite, which I think it's just the way that the lines are sitting next to each other is just really like satisfying to me. And yeah, like I said, it was just a really fun carve, and I love doing stuff that's fun like this and more intricate. So I know I said that was the last one, but this is actually my newest one. I know I totally just said that was my newest one, but that's like my newest, like, more intricate design. This is one that I'm doing Valentine's Day cards with for my friends and family, and I have not printed this one yet. So I think I want to take us on a journey of printing it and just revealing it for the first time. I am trying something new that I have not done ever before, so it was either going to be a major fail and we'll have to keep experimenting, or it's going to be a success. We're just going to see. So I have created these little cute mouse. They're so cute. They're mice, but I am actually really proud of how they turned out because they're so cute. I created 2 different prints for these, and one of them is because I want to get the color underneath. I want to get some red under the black. So we're gonna print them today, I think. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. I don't have a good spot for multicolor printing, so we will see how this goes, but yeah. Also, I have this random piece of paper that I was using to actually, like, protect one of my prints, the wizard one, while it was still wet. So I'll probably just do it on this, and that way we don't waste any paper. All right, moment of truth time. Let me get this out of my press real quick. Like I said, it's very difficult to maneuver, so. All right. Whew. Okay, there we go. Is this still wet? Okay, give me 1 sec to wipe down my desk. Typically, I wear gloves when I'm using the, when I'm printing stuff, simply for, like, myself, because I do have, like, contamination OCD, but this time I didn't, so exposure therapy, guys. Okay, I'm gonna take off this tape that I was just using as marker. I know I did it in, like, a weird spot, but this is kind of more of just a test print to see if this even works. I definitely, from doing the prints, need to, 1, print more stuff because I'm a little out of practice when it comes to how much ink to use, so there's a good chance that this is not gonna have enough ink. but I'm just gonna double. Even though my press is literally like 2 slabs of wood, I'm always like, oh, I want to keep pressing on it. Okay, I think it might be best if we go from this side. Oh, I'm so nervous. Okay, I don't think I used enough ink. Oh no. Well, yeah, so I didn't use enough black ink, but I did okay. Okay. So I have a few notes. One, I did carve. So I think it might be important to actually, instead of just having, well, see, because I can't tell if it's because I didn't have enough black ink on it, which is crazy because I swear I put like a lot. But I guess not. Overall, it still looks kind of cool, honestly. I think I just need to keep trying. Maybe I'll show a better version of this next time. Maybe not the whole printing process because this was kind of a weirdly filmed thing, but I think honestly it's kind of cool. It's kind of unique. Usually I don't like the whole messy style, but I think it's not terrible. I did want to leave some where the hands are so I could see where the hands go. I'm a little sad because that whole part is like not colored in at all, but it's okay, maybe it's shading. Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you think this looks cool or do you think it looks weird? And if you have any tips for me, just let me know on how to make sure that I'm getting enough ink on there, because this is kind of the second time this has happened, so I just want to make sure that I'm doing something right. Instead, I think it's because I kind of like put myself through a little bit of worry of like over inking it, that now I'm like not doing enough ink, so trying to find that happy medium is really hard, but we'll see. Let me know if you have any tips, and thank you for watching.